going, everybody? Man, we're gonna have a problem. My plan is to stream from outside, and it is so windy all of a sudden. All right, I'm gonna go up on the roof. I don't know that we've ever gone up on the roof, so let's go up on the roof and we'll look around. I put a couple things in Discord that I said, hey, I'm gonna stream from the Hobbit house. What do you guys want to talk about? And somebody said, oh, let's talk about where you're at with the house and what you still plan on doing. Let me know in the chat if like the wind is just too bad and I'm gonna have to stop or go inside or something, because it's so windy. So I'm up on top, and this is what it looks like when you're up on the roof. How's it going, Nicholas? All right, you're first. Good job, good job, good job. Windy is right. Is the sound real bad because it's windy, guys? I don't want to like torture you. So a couple things I'll tell you about as far as where we're at and where we're hoping to go with the Hobbit house. So as you can see, this is still like a barren flipping desert up here, and it drives me nuts. I wish it wasn't this way. We put some dirt and we put these cells so that the dirt would stay, and it has stayed. And then we planted some seed in there for like some clover and stuff, but none of it is growing. None of it is growing. So we're gonna have to do some more stuff. I think we're gonna have to put a sprinkler system up here, which I was really hoping not to have to do, because I'm worried about flooding the house, and then you're gonna just see how we're gonna ever get it to grow. Yeah, I think you're right, Marsh. I think we're gonna have to water the house to get it to grow. But what we want to do, we want to make it so that it's got some really pretty stuff on it. So I think we're going to put some different things in different places. Like down in this area here, which is the front of the house that you can see from the road over there, I really want that to be kind of flowery and stuff. So who was it? Kingfish was talking about using like some pollination stuff. It's 80% wind, you can barely hear. Okay, well that's too bad. All right, I'm going to go see if I can find a place to hide out of the wind. Sorry guys, the weather's not cooperating. Okay, we're back. Sheesh. Well, this is going to be a crap stream, but whatever. All right, I'm out of the wind. I'm kind of hiding behind the van a little bit. So, yeah, a live stream's probably not going to work too well up here, but I wanted to, a couple things here. Need to build a 40-foot atlas at the Hobbit house, right? Mod fan, right? Well, actually, though, in reality, what we need to do is we need to put a matrix up there, right on that side, right? Kind of, you know, under that window in that area, because that not only is it visible from the house, but it's visible from the road, like from town. And so I think we need to put a matrix right there and put some cool stuff up there, like the Eye of Sauron and whatever else. But and as the wind is clearly strong up here, I want to put, that's our shed, right, where we've got the solar and stuff. Up on top there, I need wind turbines. I need wind turbines. I've been trying to do some research and get a good recommendation for good wind turbines. It's rough. It's rough. If you just search Amazon or well, I guess Amazon probably hasn't, but I mean Google. If you search Google for home, like residential wind turbines, you get these couple brands come up, and one of them, Tessup, comes up a lot. And there's been a couple of videos. There's more than one person on YouTube that has said, do not buy Tessup, do not buy Tessup. So I'm not going to buy Tessup. There's been a couple other guys that do off-grid YouTube channels that have talked about doing certain brands from AliExpress that they've been okay. See if any wind turbine companies will send you stuff for free. Yeah, that's a great idea. I should totally do that. Thank you, Life Blind. We love it up here. We absolutely love it. Sorry that it's so windy. See if I can walk out here now. It looks like it may have. We have sort of have neighbors now. There's neighbors over there now. They're building a little house. Back here, I think, is another place to plant flowers. On the roof, we want to do like clover and stuff that's going to be low hanging or low growing stuff. Not low hanging. Sorry, it's getting windy again. I'm gonna have to hide again. Sorry. Okay. Hiding behind hopefully the windbreak here. Anyways, this probably won't last very long. Yeah, anybody out there, any of you guys have wind turbines? Probably not. It's hard to, it seems like wind turbines are not very popular. It's easy to get solar stuff. There's lots of people that have good solar stuff, good experience with solar stuff. We've had good solar stuff. But wind turbines, people just don't have that much experience with them. And there's just not that much available. There's a few companies that have like some really innovative designs, like that would sit on the roof up there. They have like there's a company called Ridge Blade. I went to their website and they have a thing that says, oh yeah, inquire. So I inquired and the email got returned, like undeliverable. Like, okay, so their email form on their webpage isn't working right, so that's not a good sign. And I think about the horizontal ones up there vertical instead of horizontal. You know, so the ones that have where the axis is perpendicular to the ground instead of parallel to the ground. And that seems like a good idea because then the wind can catch from any direction. But you also have, from videos I was watching, what do you want to call it? With the shaft, where the shaft goes into the motor, or where the shaft connects to the motor, there's a lot of weight on that and a lot of force. And if it gets to be too windy or too just a little off balance and it wobbles, that's gonna get loose, and then it'll be no good, come apart and stuff. But I don't know, we'll see. There's a company that somebody recommended from AliExpress that they say sells good ones. They're not too expensive. I'd like to do maybe even a side-by-side comparison, you know? I'd like to get like a horizontal and a vertical from a couple different places and try them out. I got room up there for plenty. I could try a few different ones, see how it works. And I want to do that before it gets cold, because it's great up here in the summer. Like right now, the hot tub's running. It's hot. The jets are going. We got plenty of hot water. We can cook. We can do all kinds of things. We got plenty of power in the sun in the summer. But in the winter, especially if the solar panels get snow on them, and then we're hosed. You know, the days are short and the solar panels don't have much Southeast Idaho wind. I know the people who have a windmill at the mouth of AF Canyon. They really like it. Oh, hey, Dan, find out what brand they have. Find out what brand they have. Because I'm looking for just something dependable. I'd like to not break the bank, but I just need something dependable. I don't want to buy a piece of crap and just throw it away. But yeah, it's definitely, we get enough wind up here that it would be worthwhile, especially in the winter. So that's that. You guys want an update on the Atlas? I don't think you want my face. Yeah. Scammy. So Project Atlas, we are about halfway done counting the pixels on the Project Atlas. If you guys don't know what Project Atlas is, it's our big sphere that we're putting out, that we're making to compete with the one in Vegas. And we got it built, but we got to count the pixels so we can get the model made. Ooh, there's one. Vivor F. Okay, wind turbine. Thank you. I'll check that one out for sure. You guys know the song that talks about the waves of grain, right? These are not amber waves of grain, but isn't this cool? Look out here. Look at the wind blowing this. Isn't that awesome? Just see the wind blowing the grass. It's some sort of wild wheat kind of stuff. But it's like chest high right now. If you go down there, I rode the four-wheeler through there a couple weekends ago, and it was like riding. It was like being in the water. Like the water or the grass was like over the top of the four-wheeler. It's pretty awesome. Views for miles. I know. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. There's a hot tub. It's not. We still really gotta on the outside, the beautification. We did get this asphalt in this year. That was a big deal because that makes it so we can actually use it in the winter. Because prior to having this here in the winter time, snow or rain or anything, it was horrible. And then I think I showed you already. Sorry about the wind. Sorry. But we made this pathway. We made a pathway so you can get all the way to the front door without getting in the mud. And then we got like a drain now, drainage area, so that stuff can come down. Don't worry about my license plate. SG, just leave it be. So there's all that. So I think the big things that we want to do up here, big things I got to do are, we got to beautify this. All right, it's still kind of ugly. It's not as ugly as it was. It's a little better that it's at least covered with dirt and we got a little bit of stuff growing on it, but it needs to be better. It needs to be more, and it's going to need sprinklers, I think, to really make it happen. Really make it happen well. And then I think putting windmill up there is a big deal. Thank you, Stove Doctor. Windmill up there is a big deal. That's got to be done in the next couple months. And then I think that matrix on the side, I think that would be really cool. What kind of stuff could I make the matrix out of that it would last? Because as you can see, it gets a lot of sun. It's not directly west facing, but mostly southwest facing wall there. So it's going to get artificial turf. No, that's not a bad idea, Sean. We've thought about it. We've thought about covering this thing with turf. I'll do it if we can't get something better to grow. I totally would cover it with turf. I would, and I wouldn't even be ashamed. But wind turbine, LED matrix up there, and then other thing is the well, but that's not something you can worry about too much. But our well pump doesn't automatically turn on and off. You want to take a walk? Nah, we'll probably just end. We'll just end here in a few minutes. Ask me some questions, fellas and gals, if there's any. Ask me some questions. I'll answer some questions. We won't go for very long. We'll make this a short one. Did you see I posted the sort of inside tour video? We had that little video made. We have two of them, actually. I posted one to come out next week too, but we had those made for the website, so when we started renting it out, so people could kind of get an idea of what it looks like on the inside. If you want to see the inside, watch those videos instead. Right now there's a bunch of people in there. Hey Keaton, how's it going? We've got friends and family and people in the house right now, so I don't want to go in there and invade their privacy too much. But if you want to see the inside, just watch that video I posted like a little while ago today. It's got a pretty nice tour. I would walk up there, but I know it's just going to be so much wind, nobody's going to be able to hear anything. Well, so we're going home tomorrow, and we'll get back to counting pixels on the Atlas tomorrow. So if you do a calculation of how long it's going to take, so there are 70, I think we ended up with 78 rows of pixels on the Atlas. We thought there were 77, but maybe I put a row lower than was anticipated or was something, I don't know. But anyways, we ended up, I think there's 78 rows. Did you go electric water heater versus the on-demand gas? Stove Doctor, what I ended up doing was the hybrid. We have the hybrid. It's electric, but we spent a good chunk of change. It was like $2,000. Well, $2,500 by the time we had somebody install it. But we put in a new hot water heater that is a hybrid heat pump hot water heater, and I've got it set so that it only uses the heat pump. It has heating elements in it, but I don't want that thing to crank up, and do 4,000 watts all of a sudden, which would defeat the purpose. So I've just got it set so that it only uses the heat pump. It's 80 gallons, and it only uses, like at most, it uses maybe 300 watts at a time when it's heating. And so with 80 gallons, you can take a lot of showers, and it heats slower, of course, than the heating elements, but at least it heats it fast enough that it can heat that whole 80 gallons in maybe 3 hours instead of 30 minutes or something for the other tank with the heating elements. So it works fine, because with 80 gallons you got enough in there for easily 6, 7, 8 people to take decent showers. And then in the meantime it'll start heating up the water, and within a couple hours you'll have enough for some more. So it's been great. And now I don't have to worry about it. Like before, I was like turning it off, turning it on. People didn't have hot water sometimes, and now we got that water heater in, and it's beautiful. It's working great. So now the only real power balancing issue we have is the hot tub, which is pretty easy to balance, or pretty easy to take care of if people just kind of follow instructions and heat it up during the day. Like right now there's plenty of power, so heat up the hot tub now while there's plenty of solar, and you're good. And then you can run the jets at night for a couple hours, and you're not going to drain the battery totally, and then you can recharge everything in the morning. So I think we're pretty dialed in. I mean, it's taken us, we finished, technically, air quotes, finished this house 2 years ago, and we're now at the point where it's pretty functional. We have had people come and stay. We have people coming up next weekend again, and we've probably rented it out a dozen times or so since the beginning of summer, and it's gone good. It's gone good. It is a little, every time somebody rents it out and we find like something else is scratched or broken or whatever, we have to just kind of get over it, because it does happen. But you can't expect things like that to not happen. I mean, it's not like nobody's throwing wild parties or being crazy or stupid. It's just things happen. Kids play with stuff, or somebody accidentally drops a thing or bangs into something. It's hard for us because we love the place so much, so to see it, but it's okay. It's gonna happen, and we're just gonna keep fixing it. That's all right. So anyways, I'll go for about another, let's see, looks like I've been live. I'll go for about another 3 minutes. So if you got questions of anything, shoot them at me. While I was up here, I'll keep talking in the meantime. While I was up here this weekend, I went over to my friend's house yesterday, who lives nearby, who we put up some permatrack and lights for him last year. And he noticed, like around 4th of July, that some parts of the house weren't working. And so I went and checked it out, and he had a few bad pixels, so we replaced some bad pixels. And then his wife they really wanted the effects to all flow the right way, and because of the way we had wired it, and some of the data was just mirrored, right? We split the data signal and took it to different parts of the house, and so we couldn't just reverse the direction in the software. So I did have to go and reverse it with the actual wiring. But it took care of that. It was good. I recorded some, so I put out a little bit of how-to on that. That'll be helpful. What else? Pixel questions, Home Assistant questions. Cool announcements coming from Home Assistant. I won't spoil it. I'll let them tell you. So if you didn't know this, my birthday is September 17th. Home Assistant's birthday is September 17th. It was pretty cool of Paulus to arrange it that way. I know he did that on purpose, and I appreciate it. It's not lost on me. But that means that there is a Home Assistant stream / announcement coming in the next few weeks, and they gave some of the creators that make content about Home Assistant a little preview. So I know it's coming. I can't tell you, but it's awesome. Somebody else's wife is on the 17th. Your ex-wife is the 17th. Decorate the wHobbit-Hole for Halloween. I think it would look so cool. That probably would look pretty cool. Considered wildflower field and grass on the house. Yeah, somebody was just talking about that today, Dan. I think we are gonna. I think in the places where you can really see it, I think that's gonna be great. I don't know that we would cover the whole house in the wildflowers, but I think where you can see it, like out in the front, maybe, like out here, maybe, or there's some place around the back where the hot tub is, or places where we look out the window. Like Janice sits inside and looks out the window at the bird feeder and watches the birds. And I think having some wildflowers around there would be really cool. And then maybe we get some bees and stuff. It'd be fun. But yeah, we're gonna have to put in an irrigation system, unfortunately. I don't know any way around it now. There's just not enough water naturally for anything to grow but these weeds. I mean, maybe eventually it might take years for us to get grass like that, or I'm not even sure we ever would. I mean, that grass was probably planted by somebody who wanted to grow hay, you know, decades ago or something. Thanks, McGill. Created a matrix that shows our power usage and production. Nice. All right, guys. Well, hey, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna go. I know I'm sorry to cut it too short, but it's hard out here with the wind and stuff. I just wanted to say hi, let you guys know that things are still happening. We're still working up here. We're gonna get progress. It's available on the website if anybody wants to come and stay. You can rent it out, and we're working on the Project Atlas still. Let's see. Hey, from Greece, how's it going? We should talk.